Hey, what's going on, guys? SkateRader311 here, back with another video. Today it's a little different than normal videos. Usually I do the gaming and stuff like that, like montages, but I thought I'd share with you how to make Tokyo Ghoul Kagune Kaneki, like his tendrils that come out of his back near his tailbone. But it's a cosplay. I did one. I did it for a couple conventions, but after the years of me doing it, it's just gotten... it broke. Simple as that. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to make a how I do it, what supplies I use, stuff like that, how to make one. So we're gonna first start out with getting some of these insulation tubes. It's PVC pipe insulation tubes, or you can use pool noodles. Doesn't really matter. I just personally like using these. You can get these at anywhere like Home Depot, Amazon. They're pretty cheap. It's like 79 cents for a pack of 4, I think. I don't know the exact thing. I know they're not like $300 though. So anyway, you're gonna take one of these, and you're gonna find yourself a flat surface. So what I did is I already prepped this one. I put it on a piece of cardboard. I'm probably gonna layer that like 2 or 3 more. This is what's gonna go on your back. So here, I'll show you my chair. I'm using this shirt as an example, but what you're gonna do, what's this basically for is it's gonna go on your back here. Trying to make sure the noodle doesn't get in the camera. It's basically going to go on your back here, and I'm either going to attach the slits from here like a backpack, or I'm going to attach them to the sides like a waist strap. So it just depends on your preference, really. But this is what basically the foundation, the skeleton of it's going to look like. And here, I'll move my chair out a little bit more. But that's basically what the skeleton's going to look like once you get everything foamed together. Just figure out where you want them to face. Obviously, I'm making 4 of them, so I'm putting 2 at the top, and I'll show you. I'll make guidelines here real quick. So, how I'm going to do it is I'm going to make 4 of these noodles. I only have 2 right at the moment, because these are from old supplies that I have, so I have to go shopping. But just for now, just wanted to get you a general idea. This is going to be the exoskeleton of the actual whole build. And yeah, so for the, I'm actually going to do the other parts in different videos since I don't have the parts right now. But yeah, stay tuned. This is going to be the exoskeleton, so once I get the other one glued on, I'll turn the recording back on and we'll see how it looks with both of them. Like I said, you can do them both at the top. You don't have to do 4, you can do 3. You can just have them at the bottom here, coming out of your tailbone. So how they would look on you is like this. So obviously it's not going to be extended out that much because reasons. But basically, you just try to figure out on yourself where you want it to be facing. If you want it to face the side, if you want it to be really close to you like this, or I wouldn't extend it out that much. From experience, I had the first one I made. Personally, I think I made it too long because I was trying to go through doors and stuff like that in the convention halls, and it was really painful, especially when you have the eye patch on. If you're going full Tokyo Ghoul with the mask and everything, it was really hard to see because you only had one eye, and then plus the wig's getting in your way, so it really was hard to see if you're not going to hit someone, or if you're trying to walk into a door. People always had to hold the door open for you, and I felt so bad for them. I'm like, man. So just try to make it as close to your body as possible, so you're not like you're not hitting anyone when you try to make it. You know, you get what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm gonna cut the quartering off for now, and then once I turn it back on, once I get this other noodle on there, I'll go ahead and turn it back on and show you what's what. Alright, so what I actually used to glue these on there, because I'm sure you're wondering, do not use hot glue, because since this is insulation foam, or not insulation foam, since it's PVC pipe cover, it's very susceptible to heat. It's going to melt really easily, so don't use hot glue for it. What I suggest you use is, I use Wellwood contact cement. Usually I get the big cans, but they don't last me long, so I'll show you here. I just take the brush out. I just brush along the place where I'm gluing it. See, I already prepped it and already tried to glue it on there, but I figured I'd show you guys. So you just glue it there. Now be careful around like open fires and stuff like that, because this stuff is flammable and it will catch on fire. Learned that the hard way. And then you're gonna let that dry. If you have a heat gun, hair dryer, it'll dry faster. It just depends on if you want to wait or not. My suggestion is to probably wait. I have a heat gun that I use though. So you're gonna take more glue and you're gonna put it on the actual noodle here. And make sure you put it on both surfaces that you're connecting because it glues a lot better. So after you get that glued on there, I'll go ahead and turn back on the video because I don't want you guys to go deaf with my heat gun I have here. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to either let it dry maybe half an hour, maybe an hour, until it's like not super wet, like when you touch it. Be careful with this stuff too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording off and I'll turn it right back on once I get the stuff dry with my heat gun. Okay, here we are at the computer. Actually, I'm going to show you on TV. So we got the EVA foam scale diamonds. So what they're going to look like, I'll show you the preview picture here. So you got the diamonds, the teardrops, or the ovals. Just depends on which one you want. Me personally, I'm going to go for the diamonds because I want that kind of dragon effect. So like I said, it's like a 100-piece for $12, $13. And if you have Amazon Prime, it's 2-day shipping. But yeah, I think I'm going to use that. I don't know how they come. I don't know if they're good quality. I've never bought them online. I've always just made them out of just simple craft foam we get from Walmart. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be about here 2 days. We'll go ahead and see once we get everything together. But that's the foam I'm going to use. You're probably going to need more than 100. If you're making 4 tendrils, you're probably going to need 400 a pack, so it gets kind of pricey there, but it just depends on how many tendrils you want to make. Or if you want to go the cheap route and just make your own, that's completely up to you. You can make whatever shape you want, whatever thing you want. You don't even have to put the scales on there. Me personally, I did. I've made 4 Kagunes in total. The first one was, and I'll send you a link to my Instagram so you can see the actual costume. That was my first one I made, and I actually cut out the scales. The second one I made it look a little bit better on the shaping wise, because this one was like, the first one was like freaking Patrick Star. It was like this. Like I said, be careful when you're figuring out where they want to go, because you have to be able to walk through a door. So keep them close to your body if all possible, or have someone help you. But anyway, you have with my second one I made, I didn't put the scales on there because it was getting really close to the convention. I didn't have time to sit there and draw every single scale and then cut them all out with an X-Acto knife, and it was hell. And then I hot glued every single one on there. Man, my fingers were burnt. It took me a month to do. So if you don't want to do that, you can take duct tape and actually duct tape around the foam to make it look, to cover up all the air holes and stuff like that. And the only problem with that is paint does not stick to duct tape very well. Like I said, you can just straight spray paint the foam, but like I said, it has the air bubbles and it just doesn't look good. So me personally, I put the scales on there. But for the second one I didn't, and I learned that the hard way, that paint does not stick to duct tape very well. And it just kept chipping and peeling. It worked for the convention, but it's a lot better if you just get the scales, or if you either buy them or you make them. It's just a lot easier. My third one, I made like a miniature one, and this one I actually did cut out the scales for, and I tried to make it look like it was coming out of the shirt, because my other ones, it was actually just a big lump on my back, so it was very easy to see that it was and I had the backpack strap, so it was easily, you can see that it was part of a backpack thing. But the third one I made, it was a 1 tendril, and it was coming out to the side, so here's my back, and it was actually coming out to the side instead of all 4 ways. And this was for like a mini convention. I was trying to downgrade a little bit because it was in a hotel. It wasn't in like a convention center. But I made a mini one, and I put the scales on there. And I made that one, same technique I'm using here with the cardboard. I made it look like it was coming out of my shirt, and it actually did pretty well. But I put it on a waistband, I guess you can call it tummy tucker, whatever it was called. But I put it on like that, and it was actually pretty comfortable. It worked for what it was, but it just wasn't, like I said, it's a lot better if you make the 4, or it's a lot better if you take it, because I kind of rushed through that one. I don't have pictures of that one, but that one was not good. And then this will be, I know I said 4, this will be my 4th one that I'm doing. I'm from all the experiences that I've learned, hopefully this one's better, and that's why I'm making the video for you guys to see. if you're kind of interested in stuff like this. And I also have a Prop Topic. Well, I have a shop on Etsy. It's called Prop Topic. I sell props from games and stuff like that. Like here, I'll show you one of the products. So this is actually from the game Bloodborne. I make Bloodborne vials, and I do sell them on Etsy. This is about $20. And I also make tiny Bloodborne necklaces. I do not actually have one made at the moment, but I will show you the bottle-like size. These are the sizes. And then I put a chain on them and stuff like that. But those are about $8. And like I said, I sell them on Etsy, so I'll leave a link in there if you guys want to go check that out, if that's something you're interested in. Definitely thinking about selling some more complex projects like the Kagune and stuff like that, but that's going to be a little pricey because it's time management and stuff like that. But that's why I'm making this video. It's completely free. I don't really have a pattern for it. It's just off the eye or mind, so sorry if you need a pattern. But as goes for the scales, easy to draw them out. It's probably easier to draw. It's probably easier to buy than draw them out. But if you're on time crunch, I definitely suggest buying them if you're on a wallet budget, because this project is about $100 just in the actual amount. I'll figure out the exact amount in a different video, and I'll break down how much it's actually going to be if you do the route that I did. But this is just to show you how to make the Kagune. So, like I said, if it was a time thing, I would definitely buy them, because mine's in February and it's January now, so I'm gonna buy the scales. And me personally, I've already went through the hell of making them, so don't want to go through that again. I'm like having Vietnam flashbacks. So anyway, cosplay flashbacks. This is I think, yep. And so now it's actually dried on there. So once you get it on there and it's all dried, the next step is to get the other ones on there. And you don't have to glue them on right now. I just did it for time sakes. But what you basically are going to do is you're going to bend it to whatever shape you want, whatever direction you want it to face. Like, say this is against your back. So if you want it to face like this, like that, however you want to face it, you're going to take a piece of string and you're going to essentially tie it to the tip and to the cardboard thing just to hold that shape. And then from there we move on to the installation foam, which is going to be in a different video. So I'll go ahead and show you that in a different video. But for now, I have to go to the store to get the rest of the project. But this is for now. This is part 1 of the Kagune.